flashes, moodiness, low energy, anxiety, brain fog. If you haven't figured it out, I'm talking about menopause, and if you're experiencing these not so pleasant change in life symptoms, there may be some relief. Kathy Doyle is a pharmacist at Apple Discount Drugs, and she joins us this afternoon. Thank you for joining us. Now we're talking about bioidentical hormone replacement therapy. What is that?
So what by BHRT, it's known as BHRT, is the use of hormones that are the same as what our bodies make, the same molecular structure. They are made in a lab, but they are exactly the same as what our bodies make.
So you're basically supplementing the body with what it's already making.
Exactly, to supplement and to balance, to create balance, that's our what we really want to try to figure out and what we want to do.
Right, because menopause is just, everything gets wacky, out of balance.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Why is this good for women?
Well, the use of bioidentical is much better than using a synthetic because it is exactly like what our bodies make, and the same enzymes are already in place to break those products down, and you will have the same end product as what your body would do anyway. So it's absolutely the best way to go.
And I called it natural earlier, and you said, well, we don't go there, and tell me why.
And because a lot of times natural, a lot of people consider horse urine natural, but Premarin, which is used a lot in this kind of therapy, is not, although it's natural, it's not natural to women. So we prefer to use something that is bioidentical, the same as what the woman's body makes.
Right, right. You were talking about a certain kind of hormone replacement therapy?
Right, Premarin. Premarin is, that's where they got the name, pregnant mare's urine, Premarin.
Oh, really?
Yes. And what we make at Apple is we use yam-sourced progesterone, estrogen, testosterone, and we'd like to put it in creams. And that, therein lies the difference. It is exactly what the body makes.
Right, right. So women who are taking the Premarin may not even realize that that's what they're putting in their bodies.
Well, a lot of women, I think that it's come out a lot in some of the studies of late that it is that, and there are a lot of side effects because it's not exactly like what our bodies make.
Right, right. But in all fairness, we do have to say the makers of Premarin say the drug does show benefits and can reduce symptoms of menopause, including those you see here on the screen. And as always, make sure you talk to your doctor to see which course of action is best for you. Let's talk a little bit about progesterone, and you call it the great equalizer.
Right. Progesterone is made mid-cycle in the woman's body. Day 14, when they ovulate, they create this progesterone. 20 to 30 milligrams a day is typically what a cycling woman makes. Like I said earlier, sometimes that drops to 0. Even though the estrogen doesn't, the estrogen goes to only about 60% a lot of times. But progesterone is the great equalizer because it helps to change the way the estrogen, it helps to block estrogen if there's too much estrogen. It also helps to sensitize estrogen receptors if there's only a little bit of estrogen. It helps to protect against cancers. There's so many good things that progesterone does.
Yeah. All right. Now let's talk a little bit about lifestyle changes when we reach menopause. Are there things that we can do that may help alleviate that hormone imbalance?
Absolutely. And one of the first things that a lot of women don't realize is to cut your sugar. Sugar is a major source of hot flashes.
Really?
And that includes the great glass of wine in the evening that everybody, including me, likes. But it is a source of sugar. So you have to be careful how much of that you take in. But sugar, excess, make sure you have enough omega-3 fatty acids. Vitamin Bs are very important for women of all ages.
So just basically improve your diet.
Absolutely. Improve your diet.
What about stress? I know stress contributes.
Yes, because that affects the cortisol levels, and that affects all hormones. And that is probably what affects American women more than anything, because we're trying to do too many things at once.
Right, right. And this wasn't a big issue back, 40, 50 years ago, because maybe women weren't doing as
in
much.
The workplace, and now we're trying to do that and take care of our families and everything. So
what about exercise?
Absolutely a great source to release stress. And that and prayer and meditation and deep breathing, all of those things can help contribute to decreasing the stress level. You also want to stay away from alcohol, too much tobacco.
Right. And then finally, you suggest that women keep a diary of their changes in their life.
And the reason is, as consumers, we have to be educated. That's why I recommend that women use these kind of books to do this, and then in addition to that, let people know, or let your doctor know, when do I experience these things? What could be the triggers?
Right, because knowledge is key. Thank you so much, Kathy. And of course, we'll have all of this information on delmarvalife.com. Good information. Still to come on Delmarva Life, race cars will be replaced by people when it comes to doing laps this weekend at Dover International Speedway. And it's all for a good cause. That's where we find Delmarva Life's Brian Spiros. Brian?
This weekend's walk will help turn the track pink and raise money for breast cancer. Who the money will go to and how you can get involved, all of that coming up. Stay with us. You're watching Delmarva Life.